Hello, Scrapbookers. This is Megan, and I am back today with a secret, not secret telephone hop. So, yesterday, if you didn't already watch Hannah's video, I will leave a link below to her video. Make sure you go watch her video because hers was the first in our group. We are the inspiring influencers, and so she went first. Then she sent her layout to me. So you will have seen her layout already. And my layout turns out completely different than hers. So I'm really interested in seeing the ladies' layouts after mine because hers is amazing and mine is like not as amazing. But okay, so I think I kind of go through a couple of my traveler's notebooks because I had this idea and I got the idea from Hannah. So on her layout, she had a bunch of leaves and she sprayed the leaves and then she patted the leaves onto a different piece of paper so that you got the leaf imprint instead of like the outside. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but excuse me. What my idea was that I wanted to spray the cut file and then have it transferred over to the pattern paper. So here I'm testing out a few different cut files and I don't really like how they're working. They just don't look the greatest. So what I'm going to decide to do is just kind of go for it. I'm practicing and I don't really like it. So I'm going to try again on I think I go on the background. Maybe I go on the background or the back of that current one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a cut file that I made myself. This is a cut to you cut file, and I'm using a scrap piece of cut file paper. And I really, really like how that looks. But then I'm going to put it on the back of this paper again and use the negative part of it. And that turned out so much better. And that was more of the look that I wanted. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to spray, 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 spray. And then I'm going to transfer it over to this new piece of paper. And I love that. Like that was totally the look I was going for. I was so happy with it. So I'm just going to add a few more areas where I didn't get with the first the first transfer, I guess you could say. And I really, really am loving this. Okay, so I'm really, really happy about that. So I come back and I have already picked out the photo and the products that I'm going to use for this layout. I made this back in, I believe it was October or November, and I was using up a lot of old scraps and embellishments. I had recently taken a Nicole Jones 911 class, and it was her Scrapathon 4 class, and it was just really awesome. It made me go through my stash and find old products that I still really love, but just they were stuck away in my stash. So I am just going to start layering behind the photo and using up all of these scrap pieces and all of these embellishments while I wait for my background to dry. So here you can see I'm just using a bunch of scraps and layering, and this is also something else that I got from Hannah's layout because Hannah is one of the best amazing layering queens I know, and so that was something else I wanted to incorporate into this layout was a lot of layering. So here I'm bringing in some embellishments and starting to layer those. And the more that I'm sitting here and thinking about it and watching myself do this, I really, really do love this layout. It's just when you put it next to Hannah's layout, it doesn't compare at all. But that's just because our two styles are completely different. It's kind of interesting because she's a lot more artsy than I am, and I am a lot more classic scrapbooking style, I think you could say. And it's kind of fun to see her style be completely different than mine. And then, so it's just, I'm super excited to see what the rest of the ladies do with my interpretation of Hannah's layout. It would have been kind of interesting if somebody that was a lot more in line with Hannah, how they would have interpreted it, and then had it passed on through the line a little bit. But I'm kind of excited to see what everybody else does. So over the next, I think it's a week. I don't remember how many ladies we had in our group, but it's like a week to 10 days. We're going to be posting one video each day. And so tomorrow, when the lady that's next in the lineup will post her video, and then so on and so forth. So now here I have started adding things to the layout, and I'm going to make that bottom cluster. Hannah had a cluster down at the bottom, and I wanted to make sure to stick with that, which was the reason why I didn't have the mixed media and the stenciling go all the way down to the bottom down there, is because I knew I was just going to be covering it up. So now I am messing around with the layering and the embellishing on the photo, and then I decide, I need an extra layer. I need something else. So I decide to pull out some white tissue paper, and it doesn't bother me that I'm using an off-white background and white tissue paper. It honestly just doesn't even faze me. So I'm going to put tissue paper underneath the photo, and then I'm also going to put it in the bottom cluster, and I really, really love how that turns out. So I'm just gluing that down, and then now I'm going to glue the photo down. And I really, really love how that looks. It just totally finishes the whole layout and cluster and everything. So I'm going to glue that down, and I really like the dimension that it gives to the photo as well. I didn't want to pop it up on some fun foam. I just felt like that would be too much dimension, but this tissue paper just works out perfect. So now I'm going to glue down all these embellishments. And now I'm putting in the brads to add a little bit to each of the clusters. Now here I am going to add the title, and I am going to use this cute little alpha that has capital and lower cases. So this photo was taken on, I believe it was Christmas Day 2017, and we went to go see Star Wars. I think it's called The Last Jedi, right? It's the number 7. Yeah, number 7 video or movie. So I don't remember what my title's going to be. I think it was a Star Wars movie day. I think that's what it was. So I'm having to Frankenstein some of these letters because there's not enough of them, but that's okay. It turns out fine. It doesn't really bother me. But that is going to be the end of this layout. I hope that you will make sure you go on and see Hannah's layout before mine. If you haven't seen hers, there will be a link down below in the description. And then also tomorrow, make sure to catch each one of the ladies for the next like 7 to 10 days. I will come back and put in new links each day so that you can find each one of the ladies. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.